So a lot of people are going around on social media calling the DA a pro-genocide party. But by this logic, the ANC and EFF are also pro-genocide parties. The reason people are accusing the DA of supporting genocide against Palestinians is that the DA is opposed to South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. But the reason the DA is opposed to this case is not because they support the killing of Palestinians, it's not because they support genocide against Gaza, it's because they're taking a neutral stance on this war. However, some people believe that you can never be neutral on these types of things, and that being neutral during oppression means that you side with the oppressor. If we're using this logic that the DA is pro-genocide because they're taking a neutral stance on this war, then the ANC and EFF are also pro-genocide. Like Israel, Russia has also been committing war crimes against Ukrainian civilians for the past 2 years. They've been bombing Ukrainian cities to rubble, they've killed 40,000 civilians, they've bombed schools and hospitals and shopping malls, they cut off electricity to half the Ukrainian population, they've been putting civilians in concentration camps, and they've been abducting Ukrainian children and forcibly adopting them into Russian families, which is considered an act of genocide. The ANC and EFF have both refused to condemn Russia for any of its war crimes. The ANC has always been saying that it's neutral and is not taking sides in this conflict, like the DA has said that it's neutral in the Israel-Palestine war. So based on this genius logic, both the DA and ANC are pro-genocide because they've both taken neutral stances during genocides. And the EFF actively supports Russia's genocide. The EFF has not once condemned Russia's killing of civilians, they've just said, oh, well, civilians die in all wars, which is what some people have been saying during the Israel-Hamas war, oh, civilians always die. But the EFF has said that it completely supports Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine and that it was fully justified. Malema has also retweeted a statement by a Russian politician saying that Ukraine is actually part of Russia and belongs to Russia. And Malema has said that if he becomes president, he will spend your taxpayer money on more weapons for Russia. So the EFF actively supports Russia's war on Ukraine. He supports a country that's committing mass murder against civilians and has been accused of genocide, just like Israel. So if you're going to say that the DA is pro-genocide because they're neutral on the Israel-Palestine war and genocide, then the ANC is also pro-genocide because they're neutral on the Russia-Ukrainian war and genocide. And the EFF is definitely pro-genocide because they're supporting everything that Russia does in Ukraine. So you see why this logic doesn't work? If you insist on claiming that the DA is pro-genocide, then go ahead, but then you'd have to be consistent and say that the ANC and EFF are also pro-genocide. All three parties are pro-genocide. When Russia was busy massacring Ukrainian women and children, I didn't see these Twitter propagandists running around saying, the ANC is pro-genocide, the EFF is pro-genocide. But now they apply this logic when Israel's busy massacring Palestinians, and they accuse their opponent, the DA, of being pro-genocide. Tell the truth and don't be a hypocrite. We must condemn all mass murder against civilians, whether it's Russia doing it or Israel doing it, and we must expect our politicians to take strong stances against all genocides, including the DA, including the ANC, including the EFF.